ICC is such a special place. As John just said, all the things that go on here, all the education that goes on here, all the men and women who come through these doors. It's really important that education not just be for the elite, it's for everybody. We've got to have a lifelong learning society. So if you need to get new skills or a new background in a particular subject, where do you go? To your community college. And that's why it's so important that we're gathered here today. I want to thank all the students who have joined us, because we have to continue to invest in education in general in Illinois, from birth, all those little babies who are born today, between birth and 5, there are 1 million boys and girls in Illinois. And we want them to get off to a good, well-educated start. And some of the students coming through these doors are going to be involved in early childhood education. They're going to be involved in health care, because we want to make sure we have good prenatal services in our state. So babies, when they're born, are in good birth weight and ready to go in a healthy and educated way. And then our elementary and secondary schools are super important in our state. We got to prepare our students and graduate our students from high school. But it's so important to have a great community college system. And that is exactly what this institution is all about. All the partnerships with local businesses, all the partnerships with different programs that really train people for the jobs of the 21st century. That's what's going on here at Illinois Central College, ICC, a special community college. And that's why today I want to announce that we're making an investment here, a large investment of $2.6 million to build an addition to this fine institution. 24,000 square feet. It's going to enhance a number of the key programs of the school, programs that create opportunity for students who come through these doors, and it'll create jobs as well. It's very, very important that those who build this addition get an opportunity to do something that creates employment for themselves and all those contractors that are involved and subcontractors. But it also, when it's built, this institution will particularly focus on, and it's a large addition to the school, space for truck driver training, auto body training, and alternative energy sources laboratory. It's very, very important that we say what we just heard from John, that we have to be thinking green. We have to be sustainable. We've got to engage in energy efficiency and renewable energy and water conservation. We have the Illinois River so close. We want to make sure that we really take good care of all of our natural resources. So there are programs at this institution that really teach folks what we can do in all of those areas to create jobs and to be well trained, whether it's solar or wind or whether it's geothermal, whatever the case might be. All of those opportunities and skills can be attained right here. And John also mentioned how important health care is. Because of the Affordable Care Act, where over 7 million Americans received health coverage that they didn't have a year ago. And in our state, it'll be over 500,000, it looks like, and maybe more. Folks who didn't have health insurance a year ago are going to have it. Well, we got to make sure we have folks in the whole health sector ready to serve, ready to help people. Where do they go? Their community college to get an associate degree. And as John said, if you want to keep going on to that 4-year university, come to ICC, because you're very well prepared to get that degree. And I think it's so important that we invest in education, and I believe also, in addition to the capital investment to build the addition here at the campus, we also want to make sure that we invest in our monetary assistance program, our scholarships. We have thousands of students in Illinois, including community college students, who are involved in whether community college or 4-year public university. They get a scholarship in order to afford to go to college and to make sure that they get through and pay the bills. And I want to maintain that program, monetary assistance program, but we want to grow it by $50 million this year, particularly focused on community college students who sometimes sign up a little bit later in the year. We don't want the door closed on community college students from getting one of those MAP scholarships that allow students in need, financial need, to afford to get their education. Education is for everyone. It's super important that we make sure that everyone gets that financial helping hand if they need it. In the same way, I'm going down to Springfield after we're done here. We got to make sure our legislature adopts the budget that I outlined about 2 weeks ago, because that is a budget that invests in education. There's another budget, a bad budget, not recommended in any way, shape, or form, that would cut community colleges in Illinois, every single one, by 12%. Their budget this year would be cut 12%. Bad budget. That's not a learning society. We want to have something where we learn more. We don't want to have a learn less budget. We want to have a learn more budget. And if you don't invest in education, you're missing the boat. I have a brother, he got an award a long time ago for being a good teacher. And I remember when I went to the award ceremony with my mom and dad, my brother Tom, and my other brother, we were all there. And the speaker said there are two forces in life. And this really pertains to ICC. On one side, there are the movers and the shakers. On the other side, there are those who are moved and shaken. And the difference between them is a good education. So we've got to make sure wherever you live in Illinois that we're investing in your education.